Welcome back to Kingdom Talk Channel. All right, here we go. Session 8, 2022. I'm Reverend Shirley Young, and this is the book of Revelations. All right, don't forget to subscribe, like the videos, and hit notifications so you get notified when I upload a new video. All right, we are in chapter 8 today. I'm going to tell you now, hear my grandbabies in the background, but my grandma duty. Praise God. All right, so last time we left off, we were on we did chapter 6, where the Great Tribulation has started. And then in chapter 7, God kind of put things on pause a little bit while he marked 144,000 from the tribe of Israel. And also we saw a multitude also end up in heaven in that chapter. And now we're picking back up. The tribulation continues. Revelation chapter 8, verse 1. And when he had opened the seventh seal, there was a silence in heaven, a space of a half an hour. They've gone from praising God to silence. Let's see why. Revelation 8, verse 2. And I saw 7 angels who stood before God, and to them were given 7 trumpets. Chapter 8, verse 3 through 5. And then there was another angel John sees. This is John, the apostle here, when he's caught up in heaven and with the church, and he's viewing this in a vision on the Lord's day. All right, he sees another angel came and stood at the altar having a golden censer. And there was given unto him much incense, that he should offer it with the prayers of all the saints upon the golden altar which is before the throne. And the smoke of the incense, which came with the prayers of the saints, ascended up before God out of the hands of the angels. And the angel took the censer and filled it with fire of the altar and cast it to the earth. And there were voices and thunders and lightnings and an earthquake. All right, so what do we see? We see prayers from all of the saints, this time being mixed with the incense and then cast from the earth from before God after the sins from the hands of the angel. Voices and thunders and lightnings and earthquake. The earth is already quaked. All right, and here we are again. It's still quaking. Revelation 8, 7. And keep in mind, there's still people down there on the earth where all this is going on. All right, the church is gone, been raptured. There's a multitude who's appeared in heaven after dying during the tribulation, and now people are still there. Verse 8, verse 7, chapter 8, verse 7. And the first angel sounds, and there followed hell and fire mingled with blood, and they were cast upon the earth, and a third part of the trees were burnt up, and all the green grass was burnt up. Wow. So there's people there, and this is raining now. Hail, fire, and blood, mingled with blood, is casting down to the earth, and things are on fire. All right, and a third part of the trees are gone, and we know we get oxygen that comes from the trees. Some of it comes from the trees, so a third part is just not a good thing for the atmosphere and the people that are still there. And then all the grass is gone, all the grass. Wow, it's burnt out. Revelations chapter 8, verses 8 through 9. And the second angel sounded, and it was a great mountain burned with fire was cast into the sea, and a third part of the sea became blood. I'm going to talk about the ocean. And the third part of the creatures that were in the seas had life died, and a third part of the ships were destroyed. All right, so something huge, like a mountain, hits the sea, causing things to die, and a third of the life that's in the ocean dies. The sea creatures, as John calls them, dies. And then a third part of the ships. So it's hitting the economy also. Okay, people may, still been on the earth that had, their riches and doing whatever they're doing, but now the economy is being affected again in a different type of way, and these ships just go down. Or it could have been, gotten worse because they had gasoline in them. It could be nuclear power in them to make them it even explode even more, whatever hits it. But anyway, nevertheless, a third of the ships are gone, destroyed, completely just gone. All right, and also keep in mind now, we talked about the trees being gone, but the ocean also has been affected. And I believe, if I remember correctly from something I saw about how oxygen is, how we get oxygen on the earth, most of about 50% of it comes from the ocean. You know, the plants and things that are in the ocean are giving us also 50% of oxygen. So now we have the oxygen being affected because of lack of help from the ocean, and now the trees, and there's still people down there. How is the breathing now on the earth? Revelation chapter 8, verse 10 and 11. And the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven, burning as it were a lamp, and it fell upon the third part of the rivers and upon the fountains and of waters. And the name of the star was Wormwood, and the third part of the waters became wormwood. And many men died. And when they men, and they're talking about people, not just men, male, but people died because the waters were made bitter. All right, so now we got the water being affected, and it says people are drinking the water, and of course, people are thirsty, and they're going to drink the water close to them, taking a chance, and they're going to die. We see that today in some parts of the world where they don't have good, clean drinking water, and they drink the water and they get sick. And we do have missionaries that go on missions and try to dig wells to help the people. Praise God for those people who are doing that, and for those of us who are given to those ministries, they're helping people to have clean water. But here they don't have that anymore. The church is gone, and they don't have clean water, and they're dying from bad, bitter, or the really, the water is poison. That's what it means. Wormwood, it is poison. And you look in the Old Testament, and you can see where you find wormwood is poison. So the water is not drinkable. Revelation chapter 8, verses 12 and 13. And the fourth angel sounded, and the third part of the sun was smitten. Something hit the sun, and the third part of the moon, and the third part of the stars, and so that a third part of them were darkened. And the day shone not for a third of the day on, and likewise the night. And I beheld, and I heard an angel flying through the midst of the heavens, saying with a loud voice, Woe, woe, woe unto the inhabitants of the earth, by reason of the other voice of the trumpets of the three angels, which are yet to sound. Wow. Okay. So this fourth angel sounds his trumpet, and something smites the sun. And the third part of it is darkened, as well as the moon, because of course if the moon, the sun is darkened, the moon is going to be dark, and also because it's getting its light from there. But it's also affecting the light coming from the sun. So apparently the sun affects the stars as well. And now we have a third part of the day that should be daylight is actually dark. So the days are shortened, and the nights are even darker, because the moon is not shining, but 2/3 of it. Wow. All right, brothers and sisters. To God be the glory for the information that John is sharing with us. Go out, share it with somebody else, have them join us. I'm giving you quick overviews of these chapters so everybody can get a quick understanding of what is happening here. Tell somebody about Jesus, and we don't want them to be left behind. All right, next time we're going to pick up here with chapter 9, and it's going to open up with the sounding of the trumpet 5 and 6, and that's going to cover a period of time. I will see you then right here on Kingdom Talk channel. Be blessed.